Samsung has collapsed minus 10.70% to $254,500, a historic single-session move that demands your attention. In this video we break down what is driving this and what it means. Welcome to MTRS_Market Pulse. It is Monday, July 13th, and this is your complete global market briefing. Caution prevails across asset classes. Investor sentiment is being shaped by U.S. futures drift as investors await earnings season and inflation data. Dow Jones, S&P, NASDAQ, Yahoo Finance. Let us start with a quick look at how the major global markets are positioned today. Starting with the major global indices. S&P 500 ticked up plus 0.42% to $7,575.39. Equity markets are responding to reports that after the latest RE stock rally, investors face a reality check. Morningstar. NASDAQ 100 is trading higher by plus 0.33% at $29,825. Equity markets are responding to reports that NASDAQ 100 falls 2% in chip-led rout as oil climbs. Markets wrap. Dow Jones is trading higher by plus 0.29%. At $52,637. Equity markets are responding to reports that Wall Street ends higher as investors turn to earnings season. DAX ticked up plus 0.30% to $25,142. This comes as oil prices surge on U.S.-Iran tensions, oversupply risks cap gains 2026 analysis, news and statistics index box, adding pressure to energy markets. FTSE 100 is broadly flat at $10,498, awaiting a fresh catalyst. Investor sentiment is being shaped by U.S. futures drift as investors await earnings season and inflation data. Dow Jones, S&P, NASDAQ, Yahoo Finance. Now let us turn to some of the biggest names in global equities. Samsung plunged minus 10.70% to $254,500 in a significant session. Investor sentiment is being shaped by Samsung profit surges over eightfold to beat estimates as RE boom fuels memory chip crunch. The HBM supply competition with SK Hynix is the defining story. Samsung needs to close the yield gap to win hyperscaler HBM contracts. Consumer DRAM pricing is recovering as inventory normalizes. Watch for any Nvidia or Google qualification update on Samsung HBM. Meta made a dramatic move today, surged plus 5.97% to $669.21. Investor sentiment is being shaped by Meta stock leads three founder-run RE infrastructure plays worth a closer look. Simplywalled St. WhatsApp monetization is the next major revenue unlock, still largely untapped outside of India's business messaging push. AI infrastructure spending is heavy, but the ROI is visible in ad performance metrics. Any positive user growth data from emerging markets would be a catalyst. TCS made a dramatic move today, surged plus 5.51% to 2,182.90 Indian rupees. Equity markets are responding to reports that TCS begins FY27 with continued growth, wins multiple RE transformation deals. Tata Consultancy Services. North American BFSI IT spending is at an inflection point. Any signal of budget revival from U.S. banks and insurance firms would drive a TCS earnings upgrade cycle. The AI co-pilot and automation deal pipeline is the differentiation story for the current cycle. Nvidia surged plus 4.03% to $210.96 in a significant session. Equity markets are responding to reports that Nvidia announces financial results for fourth quarter and fiscal 2026. Nvidia Newsroom. The key number to track this week is data center revenue run rate. With Blackwell GPUs ramping across hyperscaler data centers, analysts are upgrading estimates, but the stock is priced for continued execution. Any supply chain commentary or China export restriction update could be the swing factor. The bull case holds as long as AI capex from Microsoft, Google, and Amazon stays elevated. Now let us dig into the macro picture driving these moves. Geopolitical risks remain elevated. This comes as oil prices surge on U.S.-Iran tensions, oversupply risks cap gains 2026 analysis, news and statistics index box, adding pressure to energy markets. This is keeping traders cautious and supporting flows into defensive assets. Central bank policy is at the forefront of investor minds. Investor sentiment is being shaped by U.S. futures drift as investors await earnings season and inflation data, Dow Jones, S&P, NASDAQ, Yahoo Finance. On the data front, equity markets are responding to reports that Wall Street ends higher as investors turn to earnings season. Turning to commodities. Brent crude climbed to $77.50 per barrel, up 1.96% on the session. Traders are reacting to news that NASDAQ 100 falls 2% in chip-led rout as oil climbs, markets wrap. WTI crude climbed to $72.83 per barrel, up 1.99% on the session. Traders are reacting to news that NASDAQ 100 falls 2% in chip-led rout as oil climbs, markets wrap. Natural gas dipped to $2.90, down 1.36% on the session. This comes as oil prices surge on US-Iran tensions, oversupply risks cap gains 2026 analysis news and statistics index box, adding pressure to energy markets. Gold dipped to $4,081.20 per troy ounce, down 0.56% on the session. Safe haven demand is being supported by reports that gold slips toward weekly decline as inflation concerns eclipse safe haven demand, Yahoo Finance UK. Let us give you our near-term view on Samsung. The technical picture for Samsung has deteriorated. The $239,230 level will be critical to monitor. It represents a key line in the sand for bulls. A break below could trigger further stop-loss selling. Manage your risk carefully. In the currency markets, euro to US dollar is at 1.14, gaining 0.01% on the day. Pound sterling to US dollar is at 1.34, losing 0.18% on the day. US dollar to Japanese yen is at 162.00, losing 0.22% on the day. Currency markets are reacting to RE and monetary policy, European Central Bank. Here is what we will be watching closely in the days ahead. Keep a close eye on central bank speakers and rate commentary, and key economic data releases. Any one of these could be the catalyst that defines the next major directional move. Thousands of investors rely on our daily briefings to cut through the noise. If you are finding value here, please like this video and subscribe. It directly helps us keep producing this content every day. Leave a comment with your market view. We feature the sharpest takes in future videos. That wraps up today's coverage from MTRS_Market Pulse. This content is for educational purposes only, not financial advice. Always do your own research. Stay disciplined, and we will see you tomorrow. That is your full global market briefing from MTRS_Market Pulse. Subscribe and turn on notifications for daily updates.